Hi guys, welcome to this week's Urban Uncut, and this week we're talking about my RS6.
I do the intros. Side, bit, Welcome to this week's Urban Uncut. Yeah! Lenny. Right, anyway, I'm going on extra batteries because I don't feel very well still. So, your RS6, I always said if he wasn't my business partner, he'd probably be the best customer that we have because he keeps coming back and keeps doing different things.
I do, but I don't do it very often, do I?
No.
I've saved it all up for this one, for this car.
So what are we doing on this car then?
We're doing a one-of-one carbon kit, as usual, which will then go into production. We'll offer it to other people.
And what carbon are we using?
Forged.
There's only one carbon that BIC uses, and it's always forged carbon. It doesn't matter what we're doing, whether it's part of the agenda, there's always a secret kit that just goes through in the background.
Well, it took me
and it suddenly appears on the shelf.
It took me 2.5 years to find it, so I'm trying to make the most of it.
We do actually have, on that note, we do have a new version of Forge coming out soon, don't we?
We do, which you want to change the name of as well, don't you?
Well, it's kind of like, you've got Forge, but then it's like shredded, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not quite as choppy as the current one.
Yeah.
And it's a bit more, we're not allowed
it's got more of a, it's got more depth to it. It's quite cool.
Referring it back to what people see forged as on Lamborghinis.
Yes.
It's more like that.
That's right. So back to your car, Forge kit, normal kits going on it.
Yeah.
What wheels?
22-inch HF5s in satin black.
Of course, satin. And I bet you're probably going to put some little wrap satin bits on it or something, aren't you?
There's a bit of gloss black on the bottom it's got to lose. Yeah.
It's always satin, always has to be satin. Going to Milltek for the first... what is it, titanium?
Titanium rear end of the exhaust, and we're seeing it as a full race system, basically.
Okay, so Milltek titanium, you'll get footage of that later. And also, you're doing a bit of a thing with Eventuri, the filter company.
We are the intake systems. Yeah, I mean they've been around since 2014.
Is it really that long?
Yeah.
Wow. And that's Lenny's wishy-wishy. That's basically the wishy-wishy upgrade, isn't it?
We need to stop calling it.
We need to stop calling it that. It's a high-end intake system made out of carbon. Is it satin carbon?
It is.
He's got his work. Did you ask them to paint it that colour?
No, they offer it actually factory.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah,
did they really? So on that note, I think we better get started because this will probably be done and up for sale in 3 weeks' time if it's anything like the past cars. Go. So it's pretty rare that we have two cars that are completely identical with a before and with an after. And this is the perfect opportunity for us to introduce our new forged carbon kit for the RS6. We have a standard car on the right, and we have my business partner BIC's car on the left. On the front, we've obviously got our signature front splitter. This one's out of forged carbon, like I say. It comes with the Urban tablet badge as well, so nice little detail there, nice and subtle, OEM plus. But the real difference is at the back. The back is obviously the money shot. We've got 3 elements on the back, which is the rear diffuser, the lower deck lid spoiler, and the upper spoiler. You can see here it's completely plain on the left. When we designed this, obviously, the rear diffuser on the RS6 is very tame. It goes up and down, and this design cue here that came down, I wasn't really a fan of that. So what I wanted to do is pull this out so it had a real aggressive rear end to it. Again, it's got our Urban signature badge. The 2 spoilers on the back just flow nicely. And the best thing about this for me is when you're following a car like this, the arse on it is absolutely amazing. Also, with the profile of the spoilers, when you check out the side view, it looks pretty cool as well. Let's go to the side. The side profile, we've obviously got the 2 rear spoilers which upturn. The silhouette that you get from the side is probably one of the best parts of this car. As we go down the side, we've got lower side sills, again in forged carbon. We've just wrapped the insert on this so it goes nicely with the satin carbon. We've got our Urban tablet badge. And normally we dress it up with a HF5 or a HF2 wheel. This one in particular has got the HF5s. They come with a super deep dish on the back and then a deep dish on the front. You get some real concavity there. Looks absolutely perfect.
Hi everyone, so I've got my good friend DMO here. We've known DMO for years and he's starting to come to Urban a little bit more now, do you know what I mean? So we're very pleased to have him. He's brought down his RS6, can't have him rolling in a standard car, bruv. Like, were you driving up here like this? Like
up and just blended. You know, I'll be straight, the car's been parked up for a week because it's not as
it's not DMO spec, is it?
Spec, so it's just
yeah, so it's got the Maxton kit on it at the moment, which is great. It looks good, but it's not Urban, is it? It's not carbon fibre.
It needs the full shebang on there to look. I mean, look at that one over there.
Yeah,
this
so
could be you.
That's Chris's one. Yeah, before and after. So this is what we're doing. So we've got a full satin black wrap. Obviously, we've got Yianni here now. Full carbon fibre kit. So carbon fibre front splitter, carbon fibre side skirts.
Yep.
Carbon twin spoilers, so we've got the mid spoiler at the back, which, like you say, gives it the BBL look.
Yeah, we've got the BBL. As you can see, there's nothing there at the moment.
And then the carbon fibre rear diffuser, which makes it look a lot more aggressive, and of course 22-inch Vossen alloys, which will bring that stance out more aggressive, more wide, and then yeah, we're going to look after it, bro.
Let's talk more action.
So I've just landed at Milltek Sport in Derby. Here's Steve, he runs the show.
Thank you.
Milltek have been our exhaust partner for many years now. I think you can explain a little bit more about what you've done for us over the years as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Starting all the way back with your early Range Rover Sports through to the Bentleys and more recently the likes of the Defender, so the V8 and the XRS. We partnered with you guys to provide the exhausts.
Perfect. And now we're going to do something special with this setup for my Audi RS6.
Yep. So what we can see in front of us is your original system that we've just taken off the car, is the front pieces, and then behind is our new Signature Series prototype titanium system that you'll be running the very first one of.
Signature Series, I like that. Yeah, I like that.
titanium is significantly lighter weight. It will have a different flow rate to the stainless system. It's slightly thinner wall thickness as well. So this, with the type of material, will create a different sound to the car. It will be a bit of a higher note to the sound and hopefully some more performance.
So from a weight perspective, I mean, obviously we've had a little play already, and I've done a comparison, and we popped them on bits on the scales, haven't we?
Yep, we have.
I mean, we're at basically more than 50% weight reduction, aren't we?
Yeah, we were. So if we take the biggest part, the rear silencer on this side, that in titanium was under 3 kilos and was 6.4 in its stainless equivalent. Exactly 50% saving on the connecting pipes and around about 40% on the cast titanium and Inconel valves over their stainless counterparts.
And the little treat that you've done for me as well, you've obviously made this true one of one, and we've got a little big Urban on the plaque there.
Yeah, exactly. All the signature series ones will have the signed plaque from the welder who finished the parts. So in this case, it was done by our R&D manager, Kev. So there's his signature on the part.
Mega. I like that. Real nice touch. Obviously, we'll never see this again once it's put on the car, but I really, really like that touch. I think that's what people like as well. It's like taking the aftermarket bespoke to the next level, isn't it? Having this individuality.
Yeah, exactly. So we've done really well with the RS6 and RS7 C8 systems. You guys have obviously fitted a lot to your various builds over the last 2 years, but we felt that there was some space in the market for something a little bit more special, something with a different tone and those weight savings. So for someone who's looking for something a bit next level, then there's an option there for them.
Yeah, perfect. So should we crack on then and just basically get this girl suited and booted and see what she sounds like?
Looking forward to it.
Okay, so moment of truth. Let's start her up and see what difference it's made. That sounds different. Like you say, the tune of it is different, isn't it? Almost more refined.
Yeah.
Is that a way to maybe
I think so. It's a really good tone, actually.
Okay, so we're all done. We're fitted back up. It's time to do the ultimate road test on the way back down to Urban HQ. If it's not loud enough.
Turbo back time.
Thank you. Cheers, Steve.
Cheers.
How are you? I'm good. Come through. See, nice unboxing video we've got going on here then. So this is it, yeah?
Present for somebody here.
Perfect, perfect.
RS6, whose is it?
This is Chris, our operations director.
Sorry.
It's me, yeah?
It's me.
So what we got here then, mate?
We have an Eventuri intake in matte finish for a C8 RS6.
Perfect, because the story goes, I had one of our used RS6s for the weekend, and it had whooshy noises, right?
That's
which
a
is a technical term. It sounded fantastic. And I said to Chris when he had his RS6, we need to get this on board, right? So this is it.
Can we have a cutting tool as well to open this box?
Yeah, because I'm really struggling. Shall we take it out to the workshop and do it over there, yeah? Right, let's go. Apart from nice whooshy noises, because obviously that isn't very technical, the whole point of an induction kit
is to make power. So on a turbocharged car, you need to make the turbo work as efficiently as possible.
Right.
And the intake basically does that by smoothing the airflow to the turbo, so then it can spool up faster and make more power.
Perfect.
It does that in a number of different ways. One is to enlarge the size as much as possible on the airbox and the turbo inlet side of things. So the turbo inlets on these, the opening is 85% bigger than standard.
Right, okay.
And also the filter is custom made by BMC for us.
Right.
So that obviously allows more air to go through but not dust particles. So essentially you're trying to make it as big as possible, smoothen the airflow out, so then the turbos can work more efficiently. So that makes more power.
Right.
And it also gives you your whooshy noises.
So it gets the whooshy noises. see how professional that was, right? And
He was,
he was, absolutely. But not only that, not only is it obviously it does what it's supposed to do, they look very pretty. Why carbon? Like
carbon fiber because it's light, strong, and it also has very good heat resistant properties compared to plastic.
Yeah.
And when we're looking at making intakes, if you make things in plastic, just like you guys don't make anything in plastic, the tooling costs are really huge.
Yeah.
And for the numbers that you have to sell for plastic, you're never going to get that money back. And now it's a very high-end product, and carbon just looks
well, it
fantastic.
just suits, doesn't it? You know, they're expensive performance cars. You know, it's nice to have carbon, extra carbon.
Yeah.
I think you're turning this into my demo as well.
Okay.
Like, it's kind of like a.
I thought it was his car.
It's his car, but it's kind of like a shared ownership.
Okay.
Like, he takes it Monday to Friday.
He pays for
I'll
it.
take it the odd weekend. He takes care of all the bills and stuff like that. Yeah.
Sounds like a good plan.
So you
Interesting what you see of the carbon, considering you guys deal with it so much.
Yeah, nice.
See, that's just cool.
The money shot. There you go, look.
Look at that.
Shall we can rest it in situ just so we can get a feel.
See what it looks like.
Yeah.
Hopefully it won't.
very
straight
cool.
away.
Yeah, very cool.
I was reading up and doing my bit of groundwork on this. There was a few versions, wasn't there, of this to get to this final?
Yeah, we always do that. So there'll be numerous iterations. So we start the process by 3D scanning the car and the area we have to work in.
Yep.
The intake is designed, then it's 3D printed, then it's tested, and then we'll keep going through different iterations until we get the maximum amount.
3D scanning, and then
so we've got our own 3D printers as well, so we can do all of that testing in-house until we're ready. We try and maximise as much space as possible.
So what sort of time is involved in install on these sorts of products then?
It depends on the cars. I think this one's probably between half an hour and an hour. It depends on how good your techs are as well.
So
but generally speaking,
before lunchtime, there's the sandwich run.
Generally speaking, like they can go anywhere from half an hour to the most involved one would be about 2 hours. But that's because I think it's on the E39. The bumper has to come off.
Okay, gotcha. Cool. Well, we did a few of the bits on this as well, so that's in the workshop for the week, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyone got what do you need? Any like spanners, screwdrivers? So I'm happy to have a go myself.
Oh, you literally were doing that?
I want to pull the boys off like the actual work. So
I think this is booked in. I think I did formally book this in.
Especially if this is 30% my car in terms of like demo and company car, brand ambassador, that kind of stuff.
It's like a shared ownership house.
Exactly that. Exactly that. So Chris is happy. He's got his very early or very late Christmas present to himself. And I really appreciate you coming down.
Okay,
Thank you very much, mate. Nice
Cheers.
one.
Look forward to seeing it on.
Thank you.
Urban on there. It's looking 10 out of 10. This is exactly how I pictured it in my head. Better though.
Not a rave hat.
You've got your rave hat on.
Shall we stroke each other's helmets?
Dan, don't encourage him. I can't believe, I'm a little bit disappointed in you, Dan. Can't leave this in, can you? Surely.
That
Surely
pricked
not.
Heather's ears up, didn't it?
Did it?
These are crash helmets.
In fact, it pricked Dan's ears up, really, first.
I was worrying, he's like, ah, can I join in, lads?
So that was a very RS6 heavy episode, wasn't it?
It was.
But very, very cool. Why?
Go on, say it.
Why are you holding your helmet like that? We can't. Anything helmet related is just gonna like. We can't really do that, can we, Tom? Can we do that?
Sorry.
Can we say?
I'm all COVID Colin at the minute.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So this is a little hint as to what we're getting up to next week. We may need these.
We may need these.
And me mate Tom, look, not affiliated with the brand at all.
Are we allowed to put that?
Disclaimer.
Are we allowed to put that on YouTube? What's that? Well, Stone Island. But then nobody will be able to see what it is. For the purposes of this, we're having a conversation in the background, but he's not blurring that now,
Right,
as
so
you can see.
it's my favourite brand, Bone Filand. Even John laughed at that. I think our designer even laughed at that. The very professional designer laughed at your joke. But remember who is the funniest person in the room? The boss.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
just,
100% true.
No,
People just
it
being
shouldn't-
nice.
It shouldn't. You shouldn't be funny out of status. You should be funny out of funniness, out of sheer bants.
Do you know what is sheer bants?
What?
Baseball cap.
Yeah, I know.
Back to front.
Apes together strong. Best NFT project going. Like,
It's still no, not
Get
allowed
in
to.
there.
Not allowed to.
I'm not allowed to promote it. What do you mean I'm not allowed to promote it? I'm not promoting it. I'm just talking to you.
Right, this is dragging a little bit now.
It is
Shall we
dragging a
sign
little
off?
bit, yeah. So we'll see you next week. We are rallying the bowler car next week. You've probably seen it in the last few episodes. It's a lot of fun. It's very muddy. We'll see you next week.
Should we do that again?